G'day everyone, welcome to tonight's live stream. It was quite the struggle to get the stream working tonight. I had some outdated drivers and it would not let me push the stream through, so it's just been a mad panic to try and fix some back-end ball plop, which is never a fun way for me to start a stream, but here we are. I'm shocked and amazed that I got it to work. So tonight we are welding this R32 catch can, and then we're going to be welding a whole bunch of fittings on these things. Going to do my very best to keep this one in good condition, and hopefully with a bit of scouring pad, I'll be able to pass this off as a raw finish tank. We will see. So I was just going to get this out of the way first, and then we're going to jump into some Speedlow fittings. I got 4, 8, 10, 12, 13, 14 catch cans to put fittings on. I highly doubt we're going to get them all done tonight, but we're just going to chip away. Just going to check the gas on this guy. So he's a little bit low. We're aiming for 7 litres a minute there, and currently sitting around 6. Just pop him up a little bit higher there. So 7 litres a minute on this gauge. Just turn this LED strip on. A little bit of isopropyl alcohol and wipe this guy down. I did just hit it with the hand burnisher. It was an awkward thing to try and clamp once it was tacked. This was destined to be a powder coated tank, and it may still be, but the customer changed their mind and wanted to go raw finish. And I was going to cut a whole nother one, but this tank is not that different to what would come off the machine, so we're gonna give it a go anyway. So I've just prepared a couple of sheets of alfoil, and I just use these to protect the tank from getting scratched from all the chill blocks and the table and all that jazz. And yeah, so I might still have to remake this, but we will see. We will see. All right, so first things first, let's jump into the machine settings, and we'll jump into profile 3, which is the pulse setting. 45% on time at a 0.83 second pulse, using a 1.6mm filler, 2.4mm serrated tungsten, and that's about it. Let's start welding. it turned out pretty nice. So normally I don't take requests for raw finish tanks. Normally I just make a bunch, and if one happens to be raw finish, then I will put it up on the website as a raw finish tank. Except for Drift King performance, often for the guys over at Drift King, or it seems lately, the guys over at Drift King, I've been banging out raw finish tanks for them. It's just too much pressure, you know? Like if I'm making 4 or 5 at a time, like it's really easy to mix and match panels as they come off of the CNC machine to pick the best ones. Until we can get coated panels again, coated aluminium, it's just really difficult. So still, the guys just have no idea the Action Aluminium and Allspec, who I get my aluminium through. Nobody can tell me when 2mm coated aluminium will be back in stock. They just all keep saying that it's hit and miss, so that's just the way it is. G'day Chris, welcome to the stream. Hope you're having an awesome day, man. Sorry about the loudness in the middle there. I try and have a glance at the screen every now and then and notice that the camera froze. And where are you guys? On this this panel over here, which is probably not going to focus, but I just use the end of the cap on the torch and punch the buttons, and I obviously punched the wrong button there. But here we are, we're all good. How was my day? My day's been pretty good, thank you, Chris. It's just like, I can't even find words for the level of chaos that it is in the shop at the moment, but just chugging along is probably the best way to describe it. Chugging along like frickin' Tassie Devil. Leon, welcome back, man. Good to see you here. I definitely appreciate it. All right, we're going to cruise back to the pulse setting. So back to profile number 3. Settings are on the screen there. All right, chugged around there. I was going to try to not say all right when I came back from welding. I will try and adhere to that promise again tonight. Caught myself doing it though. Oh, hopefully it's interesting for you, Leon. I will be switching to something a little bit different after we've welded this can. But for the time being, we just need to bang this one out. But no distortion in this one. Definitely getting it dialed in with the pulse. I wish there was a little bit more consistency, and I know that that is 100% user error. But it does look not too bad compared to what we were dealing with a couple of months ago. Really happy with how that's going. Next up is going to be this curved section on the other side. Just close that little tiny gap up there. Still haven't printed any of these new little prop adapters. I keep meaning to. I tried to print some the other day, but I sort of tacked one in with a massive print that I was doing. But the weather for my big printer, the weather is just not. It's just not good for printing, especially overnight. I appreciate that, Leon. I'm just living my life over here with some cameras on, man. I'm not trying to do anything grand, but I appreciate that, and likewise, of course. Absolutely. Before we dive into that, though, I want to get out of this pulse setting and back into our straight current setting. Everything on auto. We are square wave, 130 hertz, and negative 33 on the AC balance. We are at 120 amps. You'll just have to take my word for it because I need to keep welding. That camera doesn't want to come good again. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Alright, today is definitely one of those days where I wish I had a nice pair of gloves. I have not investigated for a couple of weeks the glove situation, but just using these like close enough's good enough gloves are just not cutting it for me. Tonight, this one in particular, just no good. Not too bad down there. You can definitely see where I went over that tack there. And through this uphill section, I was chasing a little bit of a blowout, but it looked like it sealed up pretty nicely. So all good things. The weld is nice and shiny, so definitely dialed in the gas a little bit better tonight. All right, let's jump on to the top. Let's grab another piece of alfoil just to get a chill block on the top there. And let's see how we go. G'day Daniel, welcome to the stream. I just woke up from a nap. Shouldn't it be sleep at that time of day for you? Or time of night, rather? I appreciate you being here, man. Travelled around there pretty well. All looks pretty good so far. A little bit of a gap on this little snouty section here. We'll keep these chill blocks on here, and it should let me keep traveling around. Okay. Oh, I did it again. God damn it. God damn it. A little bit of distortion here. Just grab my TIG finger. Just close that up a little bit. Going to try and use this chill block as a little bit of a counterweight. Might regret that actually. Should be fine there. I have no idea. Yeah, okay. Oh gosh, I got the end of the filler rod stuck in something, and it was almost inside the HDMI port on my camera. I just had to complete that weld with barely any dexterity because of the filler rod being stuck in something. I thought it was on the pole, but I could not free it no matter how much wiggling I did. Got some aluminium coupons and stainless steel to get back in the swing of things. Awesome, man. Awesome. I assume it's just all practice, practice, practice. And it's time, always time well spent, I think. Machine feels nice tonight. It's I don't know, it's nice and cool in the shop. It's a good night for welding so far. I mentioned the other night that I put some grip tape on my foot pedal, and it's like a 40 grit or something. It's quite coarse, and it's actually really, really comfortable for welding. I didn't think I would notice such a big difference, but I feel like I can really lock myself in and get a little bit of leverage off the pedal now. Highly recommend it. that felt really good. So I did notice that it really sucked the heat out just as I approached the actual body of the filter basket back there. But all across here, there's no issues that we normally have. I don't know if you can see in here. You can see the two uprights inside these holes here. The front baffle on this catch can is narrower than the one that I would ordinarily use because I've actually got to run a pipe through. So this is a piece of pipe that runs through to the filter basket as an outlet. So this gets sealed off with a custom rubber gasket and a carbon fiber plate, and then the outlet is here instead of out of the filter basket at the back there. So to do that, I need to shrink down this inlet, which is the same initial baffle system design. It's just narrower, and it's the one that I use in the Evo 6 catch cans, the Supra catch cans, and then all my other catch cans, apart from the R34 and the new catch can that I'm developing, 2 new catch cans I'm developing, they all use the same sort of filter plates. Baffles is the word that I'm looking for. But yeah, so basically, it's still a well proven system. It's just narrower. All the flow and design is the same. But I think that's why that was the very, very long version to say no distortion across here. And I think it's because we're not getting a big heat sink with the baffle pushed up against the side there. That turned out really nice. Just got a couple of welds on the bottom to go and one vertical weld. Seemed to be flying through this catch can, which is what I was trying to do tonight. On your Nova pedal, it comes with grip tape. Yeah, a lot of them do. Basically, what I've done is just put some really, really coarse grip tape on. This actual pedal was like powder coated in a textured coat, so not quite as grippy as a grip tape. And yeah, my workshop shoes of choice are Dunlop Volleys. I have a steel cap set and a not steel cap set. But yeah, it's really coarse grip tape is good. On my old welder, I used to have like playground rubber. I put a rubber pad on the bottom of it to stop it sliding around. I had epoxied floors and the pedal would slide around. And that, so that was a Token Tools machine, and that had really fine grip tape, which is like, it was from a scooter. I actually put checkered grip tape on it from a scooter. But yeah, this stuff is bloody awesome. Really, really coarse. And then yeah, just wear like some skate shoes. I like the Dunlop Volleys. Basically, like in another life, I want to say, like earlier when I was young, I used to do. I was a builder, and I used to do home extensions and a lot of roofing. And Dunlop Volleys are like a go-to shoe for walking around on the roof. So I feel super comfortable in those as a work shoe. And yeah, the steel cap one for when I'm doing some heavy work. Just a good little shoe to have around the shop, that's for sure. Thank you, Fronius and Volley are well made in heaven. Maybe. I think you couldn't get 2 different companies from 2 different backgrounds, but yeah. Do you not have a wireless foot pedal on your Kempe machine already, Chris? It seems like it would make sense for a table of your size, but wireless pedal for your prime weld, yeah. Me personally, I prefer to plug in a pedal. I don't know what it is about wireless pedals, but as we all know, I'm just sitting in one spot welding all the time. So a wide pedal is not really difficult for me. Kempi pedal is wired. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, curious to see. I think is the Fronius pedal. I need to have a look actually. But is the Fronius pedal like a chunky pedal, or is it really low to the ground? Use the torch switch. Yeah, that makes more sense. Low with a hook over your foot. Yes. So say similar to these ones. The stupid stainless steel strap over the top. Yeah, I'll have a look. I keep meaning to have a bit of a squiz at the Fronius machine. Almost bought a bloody off of Gumtree a $500 Renegade machine on the weekend. Just for the videos, it's totally not worth it. But it popped up, and I thought, yep, I'll go get that and make some videos on a Renegade machine. One of the old, I guess they're not old, they still sell them, but not the Razor, the one with all the dials on the front. Dude's selling it for $500 with a gas bottle, which was pretty cheap. Bluetooth pedals, made out of plastic, they're real light. Yeah, I'll have a suss, man. I'll have a suss. I'm sure that they're exceptional. My only I guess real life experience with a wireless pedal is the Miller pedal, and it's the receiver. I mean, I don't know what it's like for the Kempi machine, but the receiver that sticks out of the machine is freaking 8 inches long. For me, like the foot pedal for this machine, between the Bluetooth pedal and the wired pedal, it was nothing as far as money goes. There was no difference in them. But I didn't want to deal with batteries and all that bullshit. Turns out that the issues that I have with this pedal, there's a guy I've been chatting to who has the same issues with his wireless pedal as well, which are the mechanical issues with brass, like a brass pivot interacting with stainless steel and just wearing away. But yeah, interesting. Bluetooth pedal. So that's your where is it back there? AHP pedal. I wonder if there's a company, or maybe AHP is like someone who makes a universal wireless pedal for like a 7-pin or a 5-pin plug. You know, like that. There would be definitely a market for something like that, I think. That did not feel graceful at all. Oh, did everything died? Did the stream die? What's going on? No, you still saw me weld, just nothing has come back. Let me just cycle through the standby screen just a sec. Sometimes that works. Okay, let's see if we can fix this thing. Okay, let's try this. Oh, here we go. There is something going on in the background with my computer. Bear with me. Hopefully it doesn't balk the whole stream. Yeah, audio is still working. Just for some reason, all of my cameras, basically all my USB devices have just disconnected, and the connection screen is only allowing me to view, not interact with. Actually, that's not true because my mouse is working and that is a USB device. So it's a fuck knows what's happening situation. Just bear with me and I will do my best to try and solve it. It's like doing a program not responding situation. Yeah, it's the streaming software. I don't even have a graphic or anything I can play in the background. You guys are just the chat is still rolling, so there's something still working. I just literally cannot interact with cameras at all. Just see if we can unplug something. Which sucks because all the digital settings. Oh, that one did something. Okay, here we go. That did something. Okay, we are back. Okay, what have I done? Back here. And if we come back to this camera, all right, it just blows out like a word I won't say. Let's jump in here and turn down the exposure. And somewhere around there looks okay-ish. Normally I set all this stuff up before we start, and I'll just have to jump in and adjust that welding camera. Okay, welding camera kept its settings. So, okay, close, okay. All right, we're back. I think we're good. What it seemed like, the computer responded when I unplugged the camera that looks at the welder. I have no idea. I have no idea if I still have audio. I think I do. I'm just, I'm on like a minute delay tonight. It's a huge, huge delay. It's coming around. That works. Yeah, everything's cool. Cool, cool, cool. What did I miss? What did I miss? I need to just disregard. There's that bet thing. Like, just disregard that thing. I have no idea what that, how to use it or what it does. I just tried to turn it on to try and test the point system. Please ignore. Oh gosh, the chatbot has just gone mad. Still would lag. I don't think, well, the Miller, like I said, the Miller is the only wireless pedal that I've got any experience with, and that definitely did not lag. I'm just while I grab some Speedlow. Apart from if there was a connection issue, which was super rare, only with a battery problem. Everlast, is that Daniel? If still here, Everlast, is that in response to the universal wireless pedal? Everlast out. Oh, Nova pedal. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Everlast out of stock. Everlast is like out of stock of everything, aren't they? All the time. At least here in Australia. You can hear me. Time for everyone to go home. You're more than welcome. You're more than welcome to go home. I'm gonna, even if the stream dies, I'm gonna be here doing this. Telstra. It's not Telstra. It's the streaming software. So I've changed from OBS to Streamlabs OBS to allow all these cool graphics and all the chat on the screen and all that crap. But when there's a problem, it's not quite as user-friendly as OBS. I definitely recommend, if anyone is going to start streaming, to try and figure OBS out. I could probably do all this in OBS, but I just don't have time to figure it all out. But yeah, we're back. We're doing it. I just got this one weld across the front to go, and I think we are done then. All right, a nice comfortable weld to finish off this tank on here. I think we kept it in pretty good condition. There are a couple of really light scratches I can see on it, but I am confident that I'll be able to get those out with a bit of Scotch-Brite. Done a really good job with this one here, so I do need to seal off this pipe and grind it down at the front here. I don't know what button I pushed when I grabbed that camera. Info. gosh, I just like ham-fisted this camera. Info, I think. Info, there we go. This camera, I just pushed 2 buttons at once, which, because I've hacked it, or cracked it, in air quotes, it goes into the secret menu situation. All good, all good. Yeah, so the reason, I guess, just going back to the OBS, Streamlabs OBS, so OBS is like the bare bones streaming software, and Streamlabs is skinned with Streamlabs, a company called Streamlabs. And the reason I switched is because I can multi-stream. So right now we're on Facebook and YouTube at the same time, along with all the other things in the background, all this points and the chat and all that stuff. They do have access to merchandise stores, so I can upload designs and offer t-shirts and apparel and things like that through them rather than me having to produce them myself, which I was really interested in because if you don't know, I used to run have a sticker / apparel. In fact, I'm wearing a shirt now that I made. We're back a couple of years ago. I used to make clothing all the time for people, but I've got some awesome designs that I've drawn of cars that I like. So R32s, MX5s. We've got some WRXs, Supras, etc. Like I've drawn some silhouette style pictures that I put onto t-shirts. Some other designs that I like to offer, but I don't want to. I'm trying to think of 2 things. I don't want to make them myself, basically. So I'm going to look into doing that as well. The list is long. The list is really long of things that I want to achieve in life. Just time. Time is the thing that just gets away from me. I had I guess a recent discovery almost a year ago now of being ADHD. So I think my time issue is a part of that mostly. I've just set all this up and I need to tear it all back down again because I forgot to put my little keyway in for the positioner. I didn't realize I had locked the chat my end, so I didn't see your last few comments there. Still watching, sweet, thank you. Everlast is overpriced and overrated. Yeah, yeah. I think a lot of brands are. All right, so we got the positioner connected up. Let me just grab. I have the foot pedal for it on a magnet underneath the table. Nice and convenient. We're spinning the wrong way. There we go. Okay, that was a palaver. I'm starting with this this cap because it's nice and easy, and I really like welding them. So in here, I'm going to weld this on profile number 2. We are auto on pre-flow and post-flow, pretty standard on all my settings. This is a sine wave at 80 hertz. I find, actually this is optima wave, not sine wave. Optima wave, and I find that if I turn the frequency right down, the optima wave is a bit more manageable. Negative 33 on the AC balance. I have no idea what the amperage is, and it is 154 max on the foot pedal, 20 amps minimum on the foot pedal. Oh, nothing wrong with being ADHD, not at all. I mean, once you learn, or once I should speak for myself, learnt about it, it's quite obvious that it's been something that I've dealt with my entire life, obviously. But it's exhausting. Like it's exhausting. But yeah, just I guess it was, for me, it was a lot of relief to understand. It was like I finally understood myself, rather than thinking that I was just lazy or a no-hoper or whatever. Yeah, photographic memory. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a spectrum of symptoms. I guess symptoms is definitely the wrong word. It feels like the wrong word. But I don't even I don't even know how we got here. Yeah, ADHD is a whole another challenge of. For me, it's an internal challenge. I mean, I think I've been running this business for almost a decade, or over a decade actually. Like, it's worked for me. I've had my little hiccups here and there, but yeah, the time management is definitely the hardest thing for me. I have wherever, it doesn't really matter where it is, but I have like a Google thing that I can talk to. And I just set alarms all day long. Like, every time I think of something, I set a timer or an alarm, and that seems to keep me in check. I have systems to try and keep me accountable throughout the day, to make sure I get the things done that I need to get done. But the biggest thing for me is big blocks of time. So I can achieve a lot in a short amount of time. But like today, I could believe it's Tuesday all day, and then all of a sudden find out it's Thursday, and it just blows my mind whole. I just have no concept of long-term time. But no, it's fun. I wouldn't have it any other way. It is a superpower, I believe. I am an advocate of it, but you know, it has its drawbacks as well. Anxiety and panic attacks, yeah, man. It sucks, and I will be very mindful not to. But I think you tell people you have anxiety and or panic attacks, and in my experience, I just receive an onslaught of advice, and I'm trying to be mindful not to do that, man. But self-care, man, self-care is the most important thing, whatever that looks like for you. I think that needs to that is always the priority. Self-care is always the priority. But yeah, it is just a part of life, and managing life, and interacting with people, and for me, it's isolating and hyper focus, and I think a fair amount of paranoia and all sorts of stuff that goes along with it. It is quite difficult to navigate and then be a face of a business. It takes its toll. It takes its toll. That's I guess where I'll leave that. But just not enough time to get everything done. No, there is not. I actually came home. So basically, I've made a pledge to look after myself. For the last decade, I've put the business first, and neglected myself, and I've made a pledge to look after myself, which for me is going to the gym every other day and being very mindful of the food that I eat. I came home last night at like 9:30, 9 o'clock at night or something, and I'd left before 8 in the morning. Like it was a massive day with the gym in the middle and all this other bullshit that went on. And basically it was a sausage wrapped in bread, and then I went to bed, and I just sort of said to my wife, like, this is what doing it all looks like. There is just so much I want to do and so much I intend to do, and the older I get, the shorter I realize life is as well. But yeah, I guess that's a little personal insight. We definitely need to keep welding though to make sure we get our work done today. All right, definitely gonna have to. It's all right, an okay thing to say when I stop welding. I think okay was what I was trying to stop saying. I need to turn down Streamlabs with the Ask Me Anything question. I haven't gone back and revisited those timers yet, but I'll have to remember to do that. Cruised around there, okay, so with the fittings, I've always welded them with a 2.4mm filler, and I've recently, with this Optima setting, I've recently been using the 1.6mm and just feeding a little bit more rod in, and I'm really happy with the results. I feel like I've got a ton more control compared to the 2.4, the way that it was cooling the puddle down and I was trying to reheat and so on and so forth. Definitely depends on the fitting, but these fittings that I'm using currently, I think it looks really, really good. So I've got 2 of these to do with caps. I should have prepped the other cap. I got a bunch of these powder coated. So when I powder coat them, I'll show you on this cap. They have these caps that I use. The heads of the cap, the actual caps are anodized in silver, but I still get them powder coated. They acid dip them and then they powder coat them, and they have a rubber O-ring inside. So I remove that O-ring, I screw the cap on but leave it loose. So the guys powder coating, you know, when it goes through the oven, sometimes the thread can expand and contract, and then the caps get locked on. This bunch, although the powder coaters did the most amazing job, this batch, the caps got glued on with powder going, where are you guys over here? So powder went up in under the lip, just a fraction, and then when the powder cured, the caps got glued on, and I could not get them off. Like, for the life of me, I could not get them off. So I ended up laser cutting this little tool out of some plywood that fits on these caps. So basically I just wrapped them in painter's tape, popped this guy on, and just gave it a short sharp hit with a rubber mallet, and then I could get the caps off without damaging them. But what a stupid problem to have. Like, I couldn't ship out products because I couldn't get the damn caps off to put the O-rings back in, and I engraved them as well. But what a pain in the butt. But what would normal people do? I would take them back to the powder coater, but it's too big of a round trip. And then what are they going to do? Just damage them getting them off? I have no idea. But I found a solution anyway. All right. Just substitute okay for all right. Looks fantastic. Really happy with that. A little bit off with the AC balance. I don't know why I forgot that word just then. Which you can see. Oh, let me grab this thing. You can sort of see in the etching zone there. You see that little clean line that's coming out of it before it gets to that little etching zone. Could probably dial that in a little bit better, but it's kind of like if it ain't broke. But I really like that. A couple of spots there I could definitely work on my edge control, but not mad about that at all. So I'll just throw these caps. Actually, I'll just pop them behind me. And move these two guys over here. Both of these guys are going to be -10. And these, I've still got quite a few of the Platinum Racing products, -10s. So I've basically gone through, I think on the stream we had some issues with them, or I noted some issues with them. So I stopped using them, and I've switched back to Speedlow. I've just given up on trying to find a third-party alternative. So right here, this guy is the Platinum Racing products fitting. This guy here is the Speedlow fitting. Right there, it says Speedlow on it. Some massive differences that you can see. I won't necessarily point them out, but I'm definitely which I think I've mentioned before, I definitely think there's a big difference in quality on almost any product when the company puts their brand on it. I think that if, in this case, if Platinum Racing Products put their brand on this fitting, it probably wouldn't look like this. And that's just my opinion. That is solely my opinion. But yes, I've gone back to Speedlow fittings for the bulk of my work. This pile here, these are the Platinum Racing ones. I've gone through with that 820, that flare nut cap, and checked all these threads to make sure that they fully function, so won't have any issues in the future. But there's a select few products that I can actually put those on, and I don't think I've got any in the queue tonight. Same welding settings, just going to carry on welding fittings on. Might have to change to a number 4. We'll try not to. We'll see how we go. I have a few more bites of that than I wanted to. Normally I like to spin around in one go, but it's got a couple of different angles there that I didn't quite flatten him up enough, and I sort of lost my way a little bit on that one. But looks pretty good. Looks really good across the top there. I'll carry on with the other one in the same with the same fitting. This one, so this tank here, the fittings are closer together than they are in this tank here. So this is off of the old drawing, and then I've updated the drawing for the new ones. So we should be able to weld around both of these without too much problem. Should be fairly central on that one. Sorry about that. Try that. Yeah, that was a lot more comfortable than the previous one. Let's go straight across to the next one. Every time I do fittings, I think I really need to set my laser pointer back up, but to be 100% honest with you, I don't even know where it is at the moment. I think it's in my old welder toolbox that I'm not using, which is that big old red one that's underneath the neon sign. But the old finger pointing trick will do the job here. I keep forgetting to change screens on you guys. Although 80 Hertz on Optima setting is not awful to listen to, still, I feel like I am pressing the button, but evidently I'm not. Yeah, so that spacing works great. Rob, I don't know if you watch these live streams or if you will see this at all. You would be very happy that I've finally made this change. That is so much better. You'll see right now what I mean, because this one's gonna suck. If I can get around it at all. So I might have to change to the number 4 cup for this one. I hope I don't have to. I found those extended cups that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago. They actually come out of a welding supplier in Taiwan, which I found them while I was sticky beaking something else. This one I'm just going to have to sort of get in bites. But yeah, I will order some and see if they do what I want them to do. Did that camera freeze? Yes, yes, yes. I knocked this tank flying like right on the last little bit. So I just did it where it landed, but I don't know if I can hold that still enough. Got through there all right, so basically I just wedged in this way as far as I could and then picked it up this way, which got me around there without having to change the cup, which is excellent. And while we're here, let's put a -6 on the bottom. Definitely need to make these holes smaller for the -6 fittings. Pretty much the holes were made bigger. You're almost in frame there. Because I was using, again, fittings from another company. These ones are, I'm going to say these are Chinese. I don't know exactly where they're from, but they look like so, and they go inside that hole there. So that's why that hole was made bigger originally. I used to buy all the fittings from China back 3 years ago. -6 fittings are pretty fun to weld, especially these Speedlow ones. They've got like the right thickness flange on them. Really nice little fittings to weld there. You just sort of buzz around them. Like for me, they're usually on like a nice flat, easy to get to. Nothing sort of trying to poke at your wrist as it goes around. That one turned out really nicely, at least. This one, what the hell's going on here? This hole, this is the one that I changed, but I don't think I changed. I don't think I changed anything on this hole, but this hole is larger than the other one. Good thing I have a couple of those fittings. Basically, I only have these Chinese fittings because I needed to get a catch can done like same day, and Motorsports Accessories is like 2 blocks away. So I shot up there and just grabbed whatever. I think Stealth is their brand. So that's the only reason I grabbed I only needed 3, but I grabbed 10 just to make it worth their while for the sale. And super lucky I have them, I guess. Not that that wouldn't have been a problem that couldn't be solved pretty easily, but the two R34 tanks need to be welded together, but I do just want to continue putting fittings on tonight. Where are we? 7:30. We're still good. So R34, so these two tanks will be welded together. We'll put the brackets on. That'll be done tomorrow. And another one. These are both for stock. This is the first time in a long time. Chances are they'll sell before they get back from powder coat. But first time in a long time, I've been able to build up stock of them, which is so good. I have a couple of products in stock right now, which has been quite the struggle to get caught up on orders and build stock at the same time. This is the first time me doing it all in house. So previously in my previous shop, I was still getting the bulk of my parts laser cut until I could set up the big half sheet. It's 15 by 15 CNC, but yeah, we're at a point now. I'm at a point now. I guess it's where I'm actually starting to fill the shelves again. I was in my old shop at Yeronga. I used to work to the shelves, not to the orders, and it's just been almost 12 months now. It's been 6 months in this shop, but 12 months since I moved out of that Yeronga shop. And it's been a really big struggle to get workflow sorted to a point where I'm actually in a position to build extra, and doing that while trying to do this streaming thing, and I've actually started welding myself before I was outsourcing half of my welding. Like it's really amazing. I'm really happy with the workflow and the quality that's being produced. Like everything is just sort of coming up Millhouse right now, and I attribute a lot of the quality increases to this stream, which is as crazy as that might seem. But to put myself on display has really made me analyze myself in ways that I haven't done recording video, to do stuff, like there's no take two, there's no editing, there's no anything. I just have to get good and be good on stream. Still think I've got a long way to go, like don't get me wrong, but yeah, super happy with where things are at with AT Performance. And it's freed me up to be able to think bigger. I have a lot, like I've said earlier, I have a lot of ideas, things that I intend to execute, and yeah, it's this move into this shop. So we're in Brendale now, in a bigger place where I can fit cars in and do custom fab. Just something like I've almost gone full circle to my shop in Adelaide. But the quality and the expectation is just beyond, beyond anywhere I've been before. Going awesome. I mean, yes, yes. Things are going really good. There's still, I mean, like to be honest, there's still a veneer that that I present to the world. But yeah, things like things are going excellent. Yes, and I'm being able to divert my attention to things that need my attention. Still not in a position where I can hire someone. That's really the next step. I definitely need help to grow, and that's it always. I mean, it's probably not. I'm sure having someone come in and help me would pay dividends, but it always just seems just a little bit out of reach. But yeah, appreciate that, Leon. I feel like I'm going awesome, and I'm certainly trying to display that. I'm trying to be very conscious to be a positive force in the world rather than the sad sack that I feel like I used to be. So I appreciate that, man. So these ones are a bit tricky. They, you know, they're half sort of cocked on a weld. So I do just try and reef them up level. This product in particular, I have had on one single occasion a customer be happy because his fitting was slightly off level. So I take super extra care to try and get them level. And that looks bloody fantastic. And this is definitely a product where it's incredibly difficult to space the fittings further apart, just by, obviously, by where the fittings exit the can, or enter the can in this case. Do the same thing on this side. All right, fingers crossed we can get around this one. We're going to find out. That was really easy to get around. I thought it was going to be a little more challenging than that. Obviously, you can tell that it's a little bit warmer than the other one, which just by the way that I welded it, but the weld isn't quite as shiny. Could combat that by swapping to another tank in between, but these are going to be powder coated, so the shininess of the weld does not matter at all. We'll just get all the fittings on while we're here. How are we traveling? An hour and 43 minutes on this stream. I'm trying to go to 8 o'clock tonight. Have no idea. The other night when the stream crashed, I went in the back end and tried to fix things, but a lot of the changes that I made, I had to revert back because of this issue I had trying to launch tonight's stream. So I don't know if I've actually fixed it or if it's even a problem that needed fixing, but we'll just keep on streaming. If it dies, it dies. If I get to sign out, bloody awesome. You're an absolute legend, Leon. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I really do. I tried to basically use the graphics card in the computer to process the output of the stream instead of the CPU. Currently the CPU is running 60–70%, and I actually don't know if that's good or bad or not. I just feel like with the old streaming software it used to run a lot less. I will endeavour to try and fix it because a lot of the videos that I watched today sort of said that the video quality would improve greatly and the likelihood of crashing, which is really what I'm worried about, would disappear. But it seems like, so this computer that I'm using is super old. But it does have a NVIDIA GTX, but a 750, like a super old 750. And apparently the processing isn't as good. Like a 1080 is probably the minimum, but it's you know, it's working, and that's you know, that has to be a baseline, doesn't it? I don't know what the benchmark is for upgrading. Like the stream is a passion project, and I don't know, like, it's so easy to just throw money at something, especially when you're passionate about it. But I don't think I want to go out and upgrade my computer anymore or do any of that. I think I'm just going to try and figure out how to make the stream work. But the real issue is that that I'm running 4 cameras. Like, you are hard pressed to find a streamer that normally runs more than 2 cameras or 1 camera at most. Most of this streaming software is based around streaming video games. But I run 4 cameras on my stream, an external microphone. Obviously we're not processing a video game at the same time, but it is quite CPU intensive when the CPU has to figure out the stream. You would love to learn from me. What do you need to learn, Leon? Like streaming, welding, life? I'm more than happy to catch up. I think the last time I saw you in person, it might have been pre the world turning upside down, but there was a chat, I think, at one point about grabbing a burger, and I'm still down, man. Like whenever you let me know. I'm all the way over here now, but whatever you need, man, I'm more than happy to to chat with you anytime, man. Chris, still here, just eating dinner. Pulled pork roll. Good on you, man. Good on you. Sounds awesome. Sounds absolutely awesome. My partner's brother will hate your business. Then, if he's a fabricator, there's enough here for all of us, man. There's enough. Or does he want to buy my shit? That might be a reason to hate my business. But man, there's if it's a competition thing, there's no such thing, man. There's absolutely no such thing. Competition is just a race to the bottom. And if he wants to have a chat and get some pointers, or you know, collaborate, or whatever the right terminology is, down for that too. Most of the streamers run 2 computers, one for the game, one for the stream. Yeah, I've seen that. So I've been watching a lot of videos on people running one computer to try and get tips on settings. But basically, I think my main problem is the whatever the processing to broadcast the stream. I think that's my biggest issue. It's that, and I think the limitations of my upload speed of my internet. But can't share a link. No, I don't have the chat up. Let me grab it. If you pop it in, yeah, that's a good workaround. Generally, if you pop it in, it'll block it, but I'll still be able to see it. But yeah, I've had to block links because of people in the past. I think you guys, I will, or I can. I'll make a point of doing it. I'll be able to set you as regulars or members, and that'll change the what you're able to do. I don't know how I say that. Grets media. Is it a .com? Let me. Greats. I don't know how to pronounce that, and I might be a little bit ignorant. Is the website a .com or a .com.au? Daniel dozed off for a minute. All good, man. No stress at all. Welcome back. Yeah, documentaries, video clips. Is that who I'm looking at? Leon Brisbane. Yeah, that's the guy. .com. Whoop. Great. Thank you. Keen, yeah, I'm keen. I'm very keen for a catch up. Makes music videos, streams music videos. Yeah, man. Looks like cool. Only got 1 star on his Facebook page. It's no good. Oh, not a very nice review at all. That sucks, man. That absolutely sucks. Yeah. Does he do promotional videos for welding workshops? Let me get this screen out of here so I can keep working. such a nice height to weld at on the back of this product, especially when there's only one fitting there. It's nice and easy. Fix all the media reviews. I can't. I can't. It does suck though, especially like if your one and only review is not a positive review. Like it fucking sucks. I've only ever had one bad review, public review, and it was actually an eBay, like an eBay negative. Like it just took it's very difficult, you know, like if a customer has a problem, like if they contact me or contact you directly, you can resolve it. Customer complaints are normally the best way to create a good customer or a happy customer. But yeah, just the blindness of being able to leave a review. I saw one once, and this is what makes me hate online reviews. It was an archery place, and it was a 1-star review left by like a 12-year-old girl because she wasn't tall enough to enter. Like, what do you do with that? You know, what do you do with that? Can't seem to get my lazy ass motivated to weld. Is this not motivating enough, Daniel? What do you need help with, man? Like, how can we get you? Can I ask you to send me a photo of a weld before the end of the day? I'd bloody love to see it. That's for sure. eBay, never again. Yeah, I don't sell on eBay anymore. The fee's sort of priced out. I do have a reseller who sells my stuff on eBay, but I don't have to deal with all the hassle of it. But it's a great place. It's just not. It's not a great place for anyone with like under 1,000 listings. But eBay are sort of pro Target, Kmart, like big stores now. They're you know, they've sort of taken it over. It's a different thing. I think when we worked together, Leon, like eBay was a very different place back then. I was very pro eBay, but with things like Shopify and Etsy for creators like me, like you know, like there's no point on being on eBay anymore. Keyboard cowboys, yeah, I think it's hard. Like on my website, for example, like you can't leave a review unless you're a verified customer. But on Google and Facebook and all those sorts of places, like you can leave a review, and the only option that the seller or the business owner has is to rebut that, which I think is very important as well. But you know, like for me, like if I'm scrolling for a coffee shop or whatever, like I'm just looking for the highest rated place. I don't care like if somebody's accidentally left a 1-star and a stellar written review. It can really damage, like it does really damage a business. I think reviews, you know, like there should be it should be more difficult to leave a review. That's for sure. Marketplace and Gumtree have taken over eBay. I think, yeah, as a buyer, for me, for sure. Like, I go to eBay for what I buy. I buy like my filters for my air purifier and shit like that off of eBay. But if I'm looking for something used, yeah, I won't go to eBay for used stuff anymore. 95 and the sun's not out. Fuck. Yeah, send me a pic, man. I'm keen. I'm keen. Yeah, I love that there's 3 conversations going on at once. That is perfect for my brain. Stars versus quantity, absolutely. Like the only way to do it, and that's what I did when I got my negative, was just dilute it with positives. And that's all a business can do, but it's also at least from my experience, it's very hard to get somebody to leave a review. Generally, people only want to leave a review when they're unhappy. But yeah, positive reviews, super important. I do a terrible job of asking for them. I never actually, I do a terrible job all round of promotion and advertising and even keeping the photos up to date on my website. But yeah, a negative review is like, is the end of the world for a business starting out. Can be, anyway. Missed the old trading post. Me too, man. Me too. And the old used cars, like the big thick, I can't even think of what it's called, like the Car Trader magazine. I miss the old trading post too. Like I'm addicted to I think it's just buying and selling actually, like, but used stuff. Like my I think the greatest job that I ever had for me was working in a cash converters. In the sales section, not the buy section. I bloody love it. Yeah, I bloody love it. I really I love, and even like when I have my morning coffee, I'm on Facebook Marketplace, not looking for anything in particular, just looking, which is dangerous in its own right, but bloody awesome and fun. Really, it's really good. It keeps a pulse on the market, I think, as well. The value of things. It's cool. Amazon, yeah, Amazon's not so big in Australia. It's definitely not what it is in your neck of the woods, but yeah, Amazon for me. Amazon's sort of the place to go to for tool-related stuff. Things like Kaizen foam and that sort of stuff I can't seem to get anywhere else. But yeah, it doesn't. I mean, at least for me, it's not that go. Like eBay is more of a go-to than Amazon is. Just the way that the climate is here, the way that we buy or what we've had access to in the past. Yeah, trading post is definitely the thing. I can see your hidden comment there, Daniel, and it's just the word shit that the bot has blocked. Reviews don't make your business or pay your bills. It's I mean, it's one of those, like, it's cohesive, so it's all part of business. From the way you answer an email through to the way the tape is put on the package that you ship to the customer, it all matters, man. Like it makes a difference, and I'm a firm believer that you know, like the likes, the shares, the comments, like they don't pay the bills. Like I can't go to my landlord and say I got 1,000 likes on this video. How many of those cover my rent? None. But it's all part of the machine that makes up a small business. Very, very difficult to quantify what's important. Money coming in the door is obviously important, but like right now, you guys being here having this conversation, like that is as important as doing a quality weld or producing a quality part. Like it's really yeah, it's I can't think of a better word, but it's all cohesive. You know, like you don't know what customers you might lose from a bad review or just presenting yourself poorly on a public forum. Like it's yeah, it's really hard. It's a really hard thing. Really hard thing to sort of say yay, nay, this is good, bad. Machines for you, use machinery. Yeah, man. Generally, every time I find something on there that I'm interested in, it's in another state, and I only look on there when I'm looking for big things, and it's a pain in the butt. Everything is on Amazon. eBay is so last year. That's Australia, man. Australia is so last year. That's how it is. I don't know what RATM is. RATM touring is amazing, but I trust you and I'll take your word for it. I'll look it up. But yeah, man, message me. You got me on Facebook or wherever. Like, you can find me. If you're ever in the Brendale area, stop in. I'll take a couple of hours off to have a coffee for sure. Yeah, let's get this fitting welded on. I am blasting past my time. I'm going to finish this one, and then we got 8, 9, 10 more to go. But I'm not going to do them tonight. We're going to finish on this one. Love you as a human. I love you as a human too, Leon. You're an impeccable human. Not to get all sappy, but this is real life. That's why I'm here, and I appreciate that, man. You know, I'm just out here trying to do my best. But yeah, you're a solid individual as well. I trying to think of a masculine way to say that as well. But I appreciate that, man. You're an absolute legend. Gotten ruthless in the States. People don't care if you give good or bad. You just keep going on with business. Yeah, and that is like a super valid point. Like, if you're just getting an onslaught of bad reviews, man, you just keep trucking. Like, there's a guy that I used to work with who has his own business, and he's got an onslaught of bad reviews side by side with good reviews, you know, and like the people are going to do what they do. I guess what I'm trying to say is that it all matters to some degree. Like, literally everything matters. But yeah, man, you just keep making the thing. Like, keep doing what you do, and you know, the goal is to do it better than everybody else. If you're hands-on making shit, and if you're reselling or whatever, like, you just need to find what you do better than everybody else, and then continue to do that better than everybody else. And I think, and that's the thing that I do poorly, tell people that you do that better than everybody else. But yeah, it's tough, man. It's really, really tough. Speaking solely from somebody who bases places that I spend my money on, whether they support Australian, and if they're, you know, like a reputable place, and I gather that by reviews if I don't know them. But yeah, man, what an interesting conversation. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Let's get this fitting on. I should probably state that I've got fuck all reviews. Like I said earlier, I don't ask for them, and people don't tend to leave review. Like, it's just a catch can, man. Like, who cares? But also, I think it would be the end of the world, or not that dire, but it would be it would definitely be something that I'd need to work on if I got some negative reviews. Yeah, it's a tough old thing. What I was going to say is, compared to the amount of products that I've sold literally thousands of catch cans, and I have 10 or 12 reviews. I don't know how many, but it's very, very few in comparison to the amount of products. But also, no news is good news. Hey, like, that's you know, that's another way to think of it. we'll just get this -6 on the bottom. And we got it. I feel like we welded this catch can quite a long time ago. I know we did it on stream, but it's the one that I had to really grind down the overhang on. It's always interesting to see one like well after the fact of the night of welding. That's it, we did it. Welded one catch can completely and 1, 2, 3, 4 catch cans with fittings. That's a productive stream. Just gone over 2 hours, 10 minutes. Apart from a small hiccup, it was a successful stream, not counting getting the stream started. Yeah, we're pretty good. We're pretty good. That's it. I'm going to wrap it up there. Chris, Leon, Daniel, you guys rock, man. Like, thank you so much for spending the time with me tonight. I really appreciate the conversation, especially a conversation a little bit off-skewed from welding. Business is the other thing that I'm super passionate about. Obviously, the two for me go sort of hand in hand. But thank you guys so much for that. Really, really cool. Really appreciate that. Anyone who was here tonight, thank you so much for taking some time out of your day and checking out what I've got going on. Generally, it's welding outside corner joints on 2mm aluminium, but tonight we got to do some Speedlow fittings, something a little bit different. What else we got? We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. The Facebook has the like and share feature. That really helps me out. YouTube has the like and subscribe feature. That subscribe feature is really important for me at the moment. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. What happens at 1,000 subscribers is YouTube sort of unlocks a lot of advertising capabilities that don't exist for me now, which will allow me to get this stream out to more people. More people hopefully will end up in more conversation, which will end up in a greater stream, and it's a self-perpetuating thing. So if you haven't hit subscribe, cliche, but do the thing. It's free. It puts a smile on my face. It's all great stuff. And everybody who's here after the stream was live, if you're watching the VOD on YouTube, you guys bloody rock as well. Your views on there are super important too. I hope you enjoy what we've got going on here. It's a good time for me, and you know, hopefully it's at least a little bit interesting for you. I'm going to wrap it up here. Tomorrow I'm going to be back welding, I don't know what, but it will be something. We'll be here. I'll try not to be late like I was tonight. We'll try and get shit sorted early. Have a great night, everybody. Again, thank you all so much, and I'm going to see you tomorrow.